Okay, I'm going to talk you through your guitar kit, just so you have an idea of what everything is. Okay, this is a Fender style, so it's kind of like a Fender Strat. When you first get it, you have the body, okay, and the body can have different veneers. This one's a flame maple, there's others, and it can be just solid too as well. You can see all the holes are pre-drilled and already routed, even for the neck, and all the holes, and they even have the holes inside that the wires will run to for that will solder later on. Okay, you're going to end up sanding this, and I'll talk to you about that in a second. It comes with the pick guard, and what's already done is the pickups are here. You get 3 of them, and that's what makes the sound go from the sound waves and change into the digital signal, or so to go to the amp. You have a couple wires. In the end, we'll end up soldering these wires to one to a ground and 2 to the pickup where you plug your amp in. Okay, everything else has been pre-done. This is your pick guard, and there's your 3 pickups, and it actually has the levering so you can turn the back one on and the 2 off, the middle one on and the back one on, or just the middle one on, or just the top one on. You get to pick. And you have volume and tone control. When you're done, we'll peel, there's a plastic protector, we'll peel that off to protect it. This sits in the slot, which is all pre-set to fit. And you got the drill holes already there. We'll clean them out just before we use them. That's your body. Your neck. This is your neck, okay? You got the head, you got the neck. These are your frets, and they're already done, okay? You're going to do a little sanding on this to smooth this off, because when you play you want that to be very smooth. There's a little bit of sanding on the frets just to kind of get rid of any sharp edges, and I'll show you how to do that. You got your dots already put in. And then the top, we'll talk about, I'll send you a file, and you're going to practice kind of what type of head do you want. As long as you don't cut too close, you don't want to cut so close that your tuners are, there's not enough space for the tuners to do that, hold your wires. But you can pretty much do quite a different design. I'll give you a paper, and what you're going to do is try a whole bunch of designs. When you get it, you'll cut it out with scissors. You'll put it on, trace it, and then you'll end up cutting it. And I'll send a video. Either you can use a bandsaw or a coat saw, and then you got to sand it. When you are sanding, you're going to want to tape this stuff up so that you don't go and damage this, because you're just wanting to sand this. And then later on we'll talk about painting, not painting the top and rubber. Okay? That's your neck. I'll come back to that. In your bag of parts, okay, and you're not going to want to, you want to open these as you use them, okay? It might be good to get a plastic where all the parts are put in, little something like, you can get something like this, like a toolbox that has little places for the screws to go into. So everything has their own little cubby. But don't take them out until you need them. These are your tuners. When we get all the way done, we'll put on. These are what go on your neck. Okay? And you'll actually see there's little holes already pre-done for them, and one goes on one side, and you'll see they actually have the bag, they have all the screws put in a little separate, so as we use them, we don't open them up and get them all messed up. These little here go on the top and hold them down, and I'll show you that when we get to it. But this is what I was talking about. You don't want to get so close that this will mess up the tuner, and you want to be far enough away. And again, that's why I'll give you a template to practice with. Then you're going to have a set of different bolts. This is for putting on the end of the guitar for our straps. These 4 go and bolt your neck to your guitar. This is for the tuners. This here and the springs are for the tremble, which is on the back of the guitar. You get tons of little screws for screwing in the pick guard and a bunch of back plates, and then a couple other screws for specific things. There's a little bit of solder, and this is for stringing at the head of the guitar. And I'll talk to you about that. It comes with an amp, a cord, and a whammy bar. And then it comes with a set of strings. And then it has a the pickup that goes for the, I'm going to take the strings out. And your dad can talk to you about quality of strings. Okay, I'm going to take this one out. This is the, where you plug your speaker in. So we're talking about the head of the guitar, the neck. These are this is the fretboard, and these are the frets. These are the dots. Usually you can see it's a different type of wood. Okay. And then this is the body of the guitar. And that sits in the body, you'll see. That sets in the body. And then that's how you take your plug it in, that's how you plug into your amp. And we'll do these as we go. And you can see there's places on the back, and we'll talk about. As you have when you plug in the amp to it, you can see as it plugs in, it touches this piece here, but it's not touching the rest of it, and we'll show you how to solder those and wire all that later on. We'll also talk later on the neck. The neck, you can bow it, so the strings are, so it's either pulling up or pulling down, and you can make the strings, and then an Allen wrench, and it fits in here, and you can tighten or loosen this. So if it, when we figure out the crown at the end, when we get all ready, we'll do that. I did put in a soldering iron for you. This is hot, you won't touch it. We'll show you how to do that when we get closer. Two last parts that come with it is a back plate. That on the back of it, that sits and covers it when we're all done. This sits in there. This sits down inside the box. And what this does is, this is the tremble, and it lets it up and down as well. And we'll talk about that a little bit later too. And that's the guitar and kind of the anatomy of the guitar itself. The parts that you have, okay? Your first job, your first mission, is going to be to design your head and then figure out what you want. And